I'm Clark Green with Elite Angler Academy, where I teach anglers how to utilize technology and resources to find and catch fish. On top of that, I also guide at Sam Rayburn, and in this latest video that I'm releasing, it is actually a navigational aid video for Sam Rayburn. One of the number one questions I get asked is, how do I run? Well, first and foremost, I want to preface this by saying the Lance Vick Boat Lanes chips, I think it's like boatlanes.com, is probably the absolute best navigational chip or tool that you can purchase to help you get around the lake. But if I could amend one area, it would be kind of in the Bird Island, Amber Forest area. And that's kind of the one area that really is kind of off, especially with the water level down 3.5 feet that we've got right now on the lake. But this could be pretty much any time. You know, it's kind of what I'm about to tell you is the unofficial but not secret boat run that every local kind of knows about. But it's one of the key questions that I get asked by people is, hey, how good are the boat lane chips and how do I run this area? And I am going to show you in this video how to run Bird Island. And if you don't know, Bird Island is actually there kind of mid-lake, just south of the 147 bridge at the mouth of Harvey, kind of on the west side of Harvey Creek. And there's a group of islands there. I couldn't tell you exactly which one is actually Bird Island, and it could probably be argued amongst locals. It's kind of a collective. We just call it all Bird Island, or the one that's kind of the southernmost island, kind of on the tip, is the one that I've always kind of heard was called Bird Island. But basically, on the outside edge of it sits the Amber Forest. And with the water low, more and more stumps are popping up, and there's more and more dangers associated with that area. And it's one of the most kind of dangerous areas of the lake if you don't know how to run through there, because there are so many underwater hidden stumps that can be misleading, because when you look out there, it actually is pretty open looking, except for a few that are poking up. But again, as the water drops more, it exposes more stumps, and really it's the ones that aren't exposed that you have to watch out for. Now, at the same time, you know, a lot of locals know how to make this run, but there are a couple little high spots in there, especially right in the middle of the run, that you have to watch out for. And I've seen locals get stuck there. People have drug skags there. I'm sure that when the water gets low the next time, you'll be able to see on the clay there, you'll see drag marks where skags have actually run through there. But to make this run, you basically start either at the bridge, and you can kind of see there's a ditch there, and that ditch is actually an old quarry where they dug out the dirt to build the causeway right there on the 147 bridge. And there's one on the other side as well. You know, everybody thinks it's just a big drain, but it's actually a ditch that's been dug out to build the causeway. But you're going to run in, and then you're going to actually go around that first island. And there's a big drain right there. And you can see in this image, that drain spans and runs along there, and there's a couple little jiggy-jag swerves to it. You can see there's one area where you're running, and you can see the trail actually kind of shoots to the north and kind of makes a little hairpin turn around a point right there. Well, that point is one of the places on there that can get treacherous as the water drops, because again, that's a shallow clay spot right there. So when I'm running towards or down that drain, you'll see 2 cypress trees that sit to the north of that point. Well, if you make that run, and as you're getting closer, and you can see it on your Navionics chip or on your Lake Master or any other, your C-Map, and I want to point my boat towards those cypress trees as I get close to that underwater point and kind of make that bend in the run right there. Make sure, obviously, you don't get too close to the cypress trees, because they're on another really shallow clay hump. But then it's going to turn back around to the south, and you can kind of see that hairpin turn right there. And then you just follow the main drain out. If you look on your contour map, I would follow kind of closely around that edge. You'll see Bird Island makes a ledge right there that kind of comes around to the mouth of Indian and makes a long point out there. And if you go from that, as long as you stay kind of to the north on that long point, you'll be able to run around, all the Amber Forest. If you shoot it over to where the old Harvey Creek boat ramp is, and be able to run down that other side right there. Now, with all that being said, there's also one stump kind of at the entrance down on the eastern side of that run, of that drain. There's one big stump. Now, that stump actually moved from last year, so it's obviously a floater that's lodged, but it's the only landmine really that I know of right in that zone. And again, this run video is good pretty much until the water's down about 7 feet. I've run it at 7 feet. Typically, there's a hydrilla that grows there, and it makes the run a little bit more obvious. But again, it's a lot easier when the water's higher. I still make that run around, and if you see people fishing right in that drain, kind of be courteous going around them. But at the same time, if you're the one fishing, just kind of know that is the unofficial boat row to run around the Amber Forest and to get through Bird Island. This is Clark Reading, the Elite Angler Academy. Stay tuned for some more videos on either Sam Rayburn, electronics, fishing tips, tournament recaps, the MLF Pro Tour, or anything else coming up. So if you got any questions, drop it in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, hit the little ding button, and stay up to date with the Elite Angler Academy.